Hi guys, it's Jennifer John Gabiola, and welcome back to my video series. We're in video 8 from my video series called 20 Looks and Outlooks for 2020. And the purpose of this video series is to share some fresh looks and outlooks to help you feel really aligned from the inside out so you can thrive in your life and business this year. So let's see, I wanted to share what my look was first. I'll show you. I'm wearing this black pink top with these red plastic pants. I love the combination of black, pink, and red. I think they look really good together. I'm calling this look Izzy, just like with all the other pieces that I've shared from my Gabiola vintage collection. So Izzy are the red plastic pants. So I like just the combination of this. Feels very unexpected and fresh. And as far as the outlook I wanted to share today, this I actually shared it also in a post, but I also wanted to give voice to this message because I felt it was important. So I also wanted to give a voice on video. So the outlook I wanted to talk about was, I was thinking the other day, like if I could go, I've been in business for 10 years. So if I could go back 10 years, what would be the advice that I would give myself, especially as an introverted entrepreneur? And so I came up with 3 things that I would definitely tell myself to focus on to make my journey easier and more fulfilling and fruitful. So I thought, no matter where you are on your journey, that I hope it's helpful for you. And the other thing was, I would tell myself is to embrace the challenges, because they're going to be challenges. And when you embrace the challenges, those are really divine opportunities for you to have the greatest growth, both spiritually and financially. That's what I found for myself. So don't be discouraged if you experience challenges, because they're a part of this process, but just like ride the waves and allow yourself to receive the lessons in that to help you grow. So I hope my experience helps you on your journey. So the first thing I would tell myself to focus on is self-confidence. This is really everything, because I learned that if you can't see your value, no one else can. It really starts with you. So taking the time to really look inside yourself and recognize you have value outside of what you do is very, very important. What you do is important. However, who you are, I feel like it's of greater importance. That builds a really strong foundation to help you really engage with yourself and the world, and how the world really reacts to you. So how I personally learned how to deepen my self-confidence was a couple things happened at the beginning of my journey. I used to be a very successful design director, and I lost my job. And losing that job really forced me to look within, because at the time I would place so much value on my work, my performance. Like that's what gave me a sense of validation. And then I was also diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. So that too forced me to look within, because I couldn't get that validation from this image that was what I was trying to put out in the world. I had to, both of those situations really moved me to look within and stop this overcompensating pattern, stop being a workaholic, slow down, and really recognize I had value on the inside. And then I found that the more that strengthened in me, the world then reflected that value to me. The more I appreciated myself, valued myself, that translated into my life and my business, and I would attract situations and people that would reflect that and mirror that back to me. So self confidence is super important to start with. The second thing I would definitely focus on is style and presence. How you present yourself matters, not from a sort of preconceived image that you're trying to keep up with as far as your brand and your business, but this is really a true expression of who you are. And uh, again, it's not an image, but it's a really true and authentic expression of who you are. Because the more that you can put yourself out there that way, the right people will be able to see you, right? So I will say at the beginning of my journey, it was very challenging to put myself out there because who I would see out there that was successful, they're like, at the time, it was like very like pushy, and it just wasn't me. And I tried not being myself, and it just didn't work. And so what I decided to do is find a way to be visible and put myself out there and stand out in a way that felt natural to me. To me, I've noticed, like, if it doesn't feel natural or organic or real to me, I can't do it. So what I decided to do is, um, when I became more visible live or online, like in videos, I would share my branding and my marketing tips for introverted entrepreneurs, but I would wear pieces that really lit up my soul. And I realized that when I wore things that really lit me up from the inside, it would translate and radiate out, and people could feel my energy, my presence, my vibe. And to this day, because when I would show up consistently like that and demonstrate my value, believing in my own value, right? Demonstrating value by being of service. But to this day, like, my most favorite clients have said, Jennifer, what initially drew me to you wasn't necessarily or initially your branding or your marketing skills, but it was your vibe and your style. So that's what I wanted to share with you, is that energy doesn't lie. So allow yourself to express yourself in ways that feel really good and right to you, and your energy will speak for itself. And the last thing I would tell myself to focus on 10 years ago, starting out in my business, is sales. Because I learned pretty fast that if you don't have sales, you don't really have a business, right? So, but for me, starting out, I had a real resistance around that, because I learned that sales was kind of this weird, forced, cold transaction. You're trying to make people do things, and I was determined to find a way to be successful. But the catalyst that really, in a way, forced me to learn to be really excellent at sales is not having enough money. And that lit a fire under me to learn how to do sales in a way that felt really natural to me. And what I found is that, because as an introvert, I love intimacy, I love deep connections, and connecting with people like that, seeing, like, connecting in the spirit of service, what can I give rather than what can I get? I found that sales became easier because people felt really, I created a safe space for people to feel really acknowledged and seen, heard, and like supported. And I treated people the way I wanted to be treated. And so that's how sales became much more, it felt like it had more ease and grace in my sales process. And that's really when things started to move more quickly in my business, is because I really allowed myself to connect on a deep level and leverage my natural strengths as an introvert. And that's when the right people started to say yes to me, and how my business continued to grow. So what I encourage you to do is value yourself. Value yourself, not just for what you do, but who you are on the inside. That's really the core of this. Stand out by being you. you are meant to stand out. So allow yourself to express yourself in a way that really allows your energy to come through. And um, make the money you deserve in your business. It's your birthright to prosper. So allow yourself to expand your capacity to receive. It's really important to do that, especially to create sustainable success, right? Find a way to allow yourself to give and receive. And I did want to also say that on your journey as an entrepreneur, you will experience challenges. Embrace those, and allow yourselves to find the grace. There's lessons there, there's gold there, and if you allow yourself to receive the grace, that's the key to unlock your continued success, right? So if this resonates and you need help growing your business as an introverted entrepreneur, I have a few spots available for my one-on-one intensive called Your Best Looks and Outlooks for 2020. So but basically we'll dive deeper into these topics. You'll feel deeply self-confident. You will definitely stand out with your style and your presence and your vibe, your energy. And you'll make sales with more of that sense of ease and grace. So everything's going to feel really integrated and aligned. That way, when you put yourself out in the world, it feels like you're just naturally shining and naturally sharing your gifts. And the right people will see you, value you, and want to pay you for your service or your products, whatever you have to offer the world. That divine sacred commerce will start to happen, and you'll build that momentum. If you'd like to schedule a complimentary discovery call to see if this is a good fit for you, you can email me at info@dawningsoul.com or send me a private message. And just like with all the other videos in my series, if you like this Izzy, the red vintage plastic pants, I'll be posting more information about this in the comments. And as a reminder, a portion of the proceeds from the sales of my Gabiola vintage collection will go to the Kobe and Vanessa Bryant Family Foundation, as well as the Mamba Sports Foundation to further Kobe and Gigi's legacy in youth sports. Well, I hope this video has been helpful. I wish I had known this 10 years ago when I first started my entrepreneurial journey. So I hope that this really gives you some insight and just help make your journey a little bit more easier so you can continue to grow and build up momentum to reach new levels in your business. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you soon.